இந்த போறப்பு தான் நல்லா ருசிச்சு சாப்பிட கிடைச்சது.
Hi everyone, I'm your Aishwarya from Aishwarya Kitchen. This week's special recipe is chocolate cake along with cream cheese frosting, which is amazing combination. Let's get started with this amazing chocolate cake and cream cheese frosting.
For making this chocolate cake, I'm using a measuring cup which I am going to use throughout the recipe. First, add 4 cups of maida along with 4 cups of powdered sugar. Along with it, add 1/2 cups of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon baking powder and 3/4 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt, and first mix all these dry ingredients together. Then add the wet ingredients, starting with 1/2 cups of milk, 3/4 cup of vegetable oil or sunflower oil, 4 eggs. I'm using 4 eggs for 4 cups of maida or refined wheat flour, 1/2 cup of hot water or warm water. This warm water gives a very good texture for the cake. Now beat all ingredients together to a very smooth cake batter. After beating, use the hand whisk to just remove the settled down dry ingredients below the bowl. And next, you can grease the pan. I'm greasing it with butter. You can also use ghee or any other oil of your wish. After greasing the tin, add the cake batter to the only half the size of the cake tin. I'm using 2 cake tins today. And after adding it to the half, we can tap to release any bubbles settled down under the tin. Simultaneously, I'm heating a pan for about 10 minutes and just placing the cake tin above a holder, and I'm closing it to cook for 15 minutes on low flame. After 15 minutes, the cake would be cooked perfectly, and you can just remove the sides with a knife and cool it down completely. Do the same procedures to the other cake too. Next, to make the frosting, I'm using 200 grams of softened butter to a bowl. The butter is removed from the fridge before the 2 hours of the recipe. Next, to it add cheese of the same amount of the butter, that is 200 grams. Then use a beater to beat the 2 ingredients into a coarse texture. Then add 1/2 cups of cocoa powder, three cups of powdered sugar, and the required milk to make the frosting. Don't add the milk on the go because it will make the frosting too watery. So just add the milk little by little and whisk it over and add even more if required. The frosting should be very thick like this. After beating the frosting, you can use a hand whisker to remove the sides of the bowl and to make sure the frosting is free of lumps. Now, to apply the frosting on the cake, just cut the 2 cakes we made into 2 halves. Then place a tray or a cake base and just apply one layer of the frosting underneath. After applying a layer of frosting, we can add the cake. Then just pour off more sugar syrups on the top. Sugar syrups gives a very good taste while giving a bite over the cake. Then over the top, add the frosting. And just flatten it over into a very even layer. next layer of the cake and repeat the same process with some sugar syrup on the top and with some frosting. And do the same for the next 2 layers. Now I am placing the last layer of the cake. Now on the top add lots and lots of this frosting and just even it over so that the entire cake is immersed in the cheese frosting. Since my last cake layer is too hot, the cream applied over it has been melted, but that looks completely alright with shiny layers here and there. That's amazing. Now just apply the creams over the sides and flatten it. And that's it. It's time for decoration. Use your own type of decoration that you like. I'm using Cadbury shorts today. You can use any grated chocolate or anything of your choice. After decorating, it looks very good. And that's it. A very easy chocolate cake is ready. Try this cake recipe in your own kitchen this week and tell me how it tasted at the end. Thank you all for watching this video.